happy Friday, so family. I know y'all don't curse me out. I know I've been gone for a minute. Well, I really haven't been gone. I have been posting on Threads and Insta. Y'all know it's your girl, beautiful, resilient goddess. Y'all know I am beautiful, and I am that girl, resilient. Listen, I hope each and every one of y'all have been having amazing days, weeks. I haven't really done an in-depth video for the past couple weeks, and of course, y'all know I have my reasons why, which is not bad. I want to go ahead and point that out, but I do seem to think that it's necessary for me to hop on here to introduce myself. I see I have some new followers. I have people that's contacting and reaching out to me and telling me, that our stories are similar and alike. And I just want to acknowledge you guys and let you know that each and every one of y'all, I have seen your posts. I have seen your words of encouragement. I also have sent out, words of encouragement of those, struggling a little bit to let, certain things go or just how to deal with it. And y'all know I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers, but I do believe that we go through certain things to be a blueprint for someone else, to be encouraging to someone else, and just to let them know how you got through things. And sometimes the way you got through it don't always work out for the next person, but it's nothing wrong with just sharing your viewpoints, right? So, again, y'all, I just want to get on here. Have not been on here in a while, but I am Siobhan. At least that was the name that was told to me. Okay, so everyone knows that has been following me, even my new comers. Turn this TV down. They know that I'm dealing with heavy identity theft, heavy inheritance theft, heavy gang stalking, monitoring, just all of it. And I'm dealing with that because I found out some years ago that I had a relative to tell me that I was apparently my family sacrifice. Of course, I had to look it up, see what it entails, see what, goes along with it. But, I don't know. I've just been, dealing with a lot because I think that there's, certain people are trying to hide the fact that they have stolen from me. They have, I have certain people that I've heard that they have went overseas and married in my, identity. People have showed up to courtrooms with, I guess written statements about my mental health, my sexual health. Unbeknownst to me, I knew nothing about a court date, a court appearance, and that's because my mail was rerouted. And it was rerouted so that I wouldn't be able to know about what was, being done, in my absence, right? I am, right here, right now in Birmingham, Alabama, and this is where I was raised, okay? A lot of people wanted to know. I've had a lot of people questioning me about where I'm from. Now, I will say this. I don't know where I was born, okay? My birth certificate says Jacksonville, Florida, Duval County, but I've been told most of my life that I was born on a Navy base. So I do know, and the Navy base is in Pensacola. Now, I do know that Pensacola and Jacksonville, Florida is not in the same place, And then there's a different man's name on there, and I was told, and saw another man throughout my life that was told that he was my father. So there is a lot of, I don't know, it's just a lot of things that's just not adding up. And it's not that I'm going out and I'm trying to look for it. I just do believe that the situation that I'm going through right now, people have taken it upon themselves to put me in a dark and a bad light so that it can be okay and so that they can be able to get away with what they have done. And what they have done is identity theft. Actually, it goes a little bit deeper. Some people want to say and want people to believe that the things that I go through is because of karma. Well, I have always been accountable. I've always, been responsible for anything that I have done throughout my life. I don't think that's the case. And I say that because even like I said, I'm here. I was raised here in Birmingham, Alabama. I went to several different schools. Every time I changed schools, my name changed. Well, I would say my last name changed. And it wasn't until I went off until, college, until I had to just say, hey, my birth certificate says Hall, so I have to put Siobhan Hall because that's what we have to put on our college applications, the student loans at the time. So, yeah, it was a bit much. It was a bit much, but, I just wanted to definitely, like I said, I've had people asking me where I'm from. Even when I get in cars, in the Uber's like, where are you from? Where were you born? Like, it's like they want to know. And it's like, hey, I don't know. Let me tell you a little joke. I have an uncle that every single time he saw me, he made it a point to say, your adopted self. He used to always call me adopted, right? And my mama would come real quickly and be like, no, I seen her when her head came out. I don't know. I don't know what's going to child. Because listen, y'all been telling me I've been adopted all my life. I might need to look into that. No, I'm just joking. That's neither here nor there. It's not even, it's not even important today. But I will say that the things that I'm going through right now, I've had a lot of things to happen throughout the years. And I will say that a lot of people, our stories are almost similar, almost identical. The people that are being targeted, like I said, they've had their identity stolen from not even in this country, from people, they travel to go overseas to do certain things. My picture, my life is on the internet without my permission at the time, without me, knowing until other people start telling me. And I was being accused of a whole bunch of stuff that I had no idea about, being accused of going in places that I wasn't even there. So a lot has happened. And I guess at this point now, it's about just moving forward. And I've tried to move forward. I've tried, and I think that the people that have stolen my identity, they want me to either derive under a certain narrative that they have put out there, because it is my understanding that they have went into courtrooms to say that, just talk about my mental health, in which I was discharged from the United States Army medically. And the reason I was discharged, I reported at the time that I had cameras in my barrack room, because I would go to work and my battle buddies, which were men, would talk about the stuff that I had on. I got on this sexy red lingerie today. I'm like, wait, how do you know that? So just not to even, because I will say that I do not blame. I will not hold. I don't blame. I'm going to say I understand loyalty today. They didn't know at the time that they were being involved in something that was much bigger, and that these people needed help from, I guess the DOJ, Department of Justice. They needed help from a lot of people, because as I can see, they put a lot of people's jobs in jeopardy, a lot of people's titles in jeopardy, and I don't think they really care. I think they just was so concerned that they had the connections and they thought that it was just going to be okay. But it's not okay. It's not okay. A lot of people are dealing with it. A lot of people are speaking up about it, and I don't think God has taken us through these things just to allow it to just be. My faith is so much bigger than that. I just don't believe it. I know it. I know He didn't bring us through all this stuff just to leave us, just to have us questioning, and even though they tell us it's not good to question God, I believe ask God, why? Because we need to also know the lesson. It is always, I feel like there is always a lesson in something, the things that we go through. There is something that He is trying to teach us. When we get triggered by things, when we get upset at things, you need to reach down and just ask yourself, sit with yourself and wonder why that makes you upset, and this is what I've had to do. And I'm just, this is what I've had to do. But I just want to start with that, because I am, for the next, I guess, going on through the weekend, I am going to go in and, tell details about the things that I went through, just because other people are reaching out to me with the same stories. And I just want y'all to know that y'all are not alone. You're not alone. Some people think that they're bad people, and it's bad things happen to good people sometimes. And unfortunately, we have people out here that didn't, really do anything with their own lives. So they had to sacrifice one of their family members to get wealth, fame, or whatever the case may be. They have told, and I know for a fact today that they have told some dangerous lies on me. They have recruited old classmates, old best friends. They have done a lot of things to get whatever it was that was left to me. I've had relatives to tell me, just different things, and I'm going to get into that. They told me different things that have allowed me to know today that I know that I am. There was an attempt on my life to be sacrificed by certain individuals. I have been told that certain individuals have made up the excuse saying, "Oh, well, I did this and I did that, and that's the reason why it's going on." But we all know today that that's not the case, because you wouldn't have been changing my name so many times. You wouldn't have allowed me to go through all the sexual abuse. And that's the thing. I noticed that a lot of chosen people and a lot of targeted individuals have went through things throughout their entire life. This was a long game. This was a long investment right here, okay? Like I said, my name had been changed. I went through a lot of sexual abuse from many people, not just one. I had several violators. I did, tell. I did tell the people that I needed to tell, which I understand today that, well, yeah. I will say that the people that have had the same issue have had certain family members in certain organizations, and mine also align with that. I didn't know anything about the organizations at the time, whatever. But as I grew older, I mean, like I said, I used to date people that was in some of those organizations, and I clearly understand a lot today. Like, y'all started at me at a young age. You did. But that's neither here nor there, because I'm still pushing. I'm still going. I'm still, on this journey. I don't hate any of y'all. I don't. I have forgiven each and every individual that violated me, that hurt me. I have literally forgiven you guys. Y'all, we have to forgive those that violated us so that God can forgive us from whatever that it is that we've done. Because I'm not going to say, y'all know I've never, proclaimed to be perfect. I've went through some dark times. I had to go through those dark times to reach the point that I am today. And sometimes that's just how life is. Like I said, bad things happen to good people. So, and vice versa. We have a lot of people questioning why y'all think that the people that's doing so much to people are winning right now. Y'all got to remember that the devil, he reward his people too, but these people are selling their souls. They're selling their souls, selling their family members. It's crazy. But anyway, overall, I am literally being targeted because my identity has been stolen. I have inheritance that has been stolen. I think that, I don't think I'm walking in my true identity today. I'm going to at least say not on paper. Yeah, not on paper. And I have, like I said, I have been, told by a couple of relatives, rest their souls, about, different things that pertain to my identity. Y'all, it's people have really done some evil things just to obtain things that does not belong to them, and I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't want to judge the situation, even though I can. I won't judge the situation. I've literally put it in God's hand, even though I do call judgment down daily. I do. Because I really feel like God needs to go ahead. I mean, there are so many people that are dealing with this, and we have to be the voice for the next generation. People look at us, and then they look at other people like, oh, y'all think it won't happen to you, but then you have your mother, your sister, your child. Y'all, do y'all not understand that if this thing is not nipped in the bud now, that there are going to be many generations? It's not going to be, oh, because you're in an organization. No. Who's going to be left? Who do you think is going to be left? Through the privacy invasion, the gang stop, the poisonings, the violations of people coming in places that they're not supposed to be, the revenge porn on the internet, the fake profiles. People made fake profiles of me to make me look like a sex worker. I mean, they had to. It's these narratives, I guess, that they had to. Make it reflect. I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, I'm just not understanding how a lot of people are waking up every single day, going about their day. You're waking, every day that you wake up and look yourself in the mirror, you are lying. Until you do right by the people that you guys have stolen from, the people that you have, you still lie on every single day. I mean, I don't see how y'all do it. And like I said, I'm not trying to judge. I'm not God. I can't judge you. I'm not the God in your life. I can't judge you. But I will say that I am enduring some things right now, and it's just, I know God gives me strength daily. He gives me strength daily to be able to keep on pushing on. But I will say this. The devil's not going to win in my life. Okay? That chronic child abuse and the chronic comparisons and the what is it, the 20-year-old drug addiction. I have to put a number on that because y'all, they still out here telling people that I'm doing certain things that I'm not even around or even thinking about doing. And that's neither here nor there. I can't control that, and I'm not going to try to control that. But all that stuff that I went through, even the people that was paid to date me, they call those honeypots. People that I was in relationships came into my house around my children, planted cameras in my house at the time. You know, and even in our sexual endeavors, making it look like I was, you know, something that was, making it look like something was going on that it wasn't. I thought that these individuals was in a real relationship with me. So I've been through, y'all, I mean, these scenarios and the narratives, y'all have went all out. Y'all went all out. But baby, the God I serve, He's going to make sure. He's going to make sure that I succeed, especially if I'm keeping my heart and my hands clean. If I made amends with everything that I needed to do back then, all is well. And y'all know what I don't understand today is that the world, even in different sectors, y'all have these picks and chooses of who can change or who can do right. I am 44 years old. The things that people are bringing up happened in my 20s. Matter of fact, my early 20s. I was probably like 21 years old. I just turned 20. And my question is for some today, y'all got mamas and daddies that was Rolling Stones and drug addicts, everything. And they changed. They're now, some people are the pastors in church, they're entrepreneurs. Just everything. They had to live that life to be able to heal and go through things and be able to give wisdom to the next generation. That's what we're supposed to do. Not saying that we're supposed to go through that stuff, but just if it happens, yeah, we're supposed to get through it and then let the next generation know how we got through it and what to avoid, even though they have to live their own life on their own. But I think it is our responsibility to let them know what's out there. Yes. And unfortunately, I know some of you guys can't let a version of me go. I don't know. I still have people that bringing up stuff and hating me from high school, and we almost in our 50s. I think that is the most saddest thing in the world. That's sad. I don't know. But like I said, that's not for me to judge. So I'm going to cut it right here because my phone has been doing some things. Y'all know I'm still dealing with the hackers. Still dealing with the mail thing, y'all. My mailbox is still all torn up. And I'm dealing with other things, but that's being looked into and handled as well. But you guys, I need the people that's reaching out to me, y'all. Y'all stay strong. Stay strong. Y'all are not alone. You are not alone. And I'm not even just talking about me and other people. I'm talking about God. God did not bring you here. I'm telling you, He did not bring you through it. And even though it was the most evilest thing people could do, I promise you, there is a purpose. There is a plan. God knew you was able to live this life. Excuse me. He knew you was going to be able to live this life and get through it. At least that's what I believe for me. There's no giving up on my end. There's no giving up on my end. I don't even know what that means. Y'all know how many times I've been knocked down and got right back up? How many cars I've lost? How many mansions and houses, taking advice from people just to give up? But I have had it all. I've been through it all. The materialistic stuff is just not, it's not what's grasping my soul today, y'all. Y'all, we gotta, oh man. I don't know. I just want us to come to the realization. Don't think just because, it's happening to this person and it won't happen to me. You guys, what do you think is going to happen Because I've seen some people that has not been strong enough. They have, taken a turn for the worse, and everybody can't handle certain things. Everybody can't handle, and once those people are depleted, once their energy is siphoned, or whatever the case may be, once their identity is swiped out, who do you think they're going to come for next? Everybody want to put their trust in man. Nah, I don't trust nobody. I will deal with, but trusting, I will be cordial with you. No, but see, I put my trust in something much more higher than that, because I know something much more higher is protecting me. Yeah. Listen, I am going to stop it here. I'm going to come back because I need to do a little bit more reading. I need to do a little bit more praying right now. And I will be honest with y'all. I have been off of here because, yes, they have been shadow banning me on all my platforms. Some of my videos, some people can't look it up. Some people can't see it. And also, I did another video letting you guys know that I had been processing some things. It's almost like when y'all bring me stuff and when I see it, and people don't talk about it, y'all know I'm going to give it to you raw. I'm going to tell you. Even the healing process, it's not a destination. We go through healing steps and we have to heal. We have to forgive sometimes daily. Sometimes that's some people. And some people don't have to. Like I said, you deal with things differently. But I've been gone from Atlanta for about a year, and it was brought to my attention that someone had spread it all around, that the reason I was going through this is because one of my abusers was my lover, and that the karma that I was receiving was behind that, and that I had to deal with that all over again, because this particular person, let me tell you, I was sexually groomed from 5 years old. 5 years old. Y'all can't make me believe a 5-year-old have done something in those 5 years to, have that to happen. So even with the lifestyle that I grew up with, even the people that I was around and the things that they were doing, I mean, that stuff was molding me. Yeah, it groomed me. And I noticed that when I stepped out of what I had been taught or what I had seen in the environment that I went through, and, and just when I wanted to step out and say, hey, wait, that's when all the chaos started. And now I'm going to tell, like I said, I'm going to get into it, y'all. Even when I was encouraged to go to the military, when stuff started happening around me and I didn't understand, I literally prayed one night. I'm like, God, I don't know what's going on, but I need you. I need you now. I need you to help me understand. I need you to help me to, go through this or whatever it may be. I told God, I said, God, I give my all to you. Y'all, the next day, all hell broke loose, y'all. All hell broke loose. It was so much stuff going around. Baby, I was crying up something, y'all. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. But today we understand what it is. Today we understand what it is. And y'all, I'm telling you, y'all, and so many people think that once you give your life to Christ, once you start living right and doing right, that life is just going to get, everything's going to be perfect. Baby, no, that's when you're going to get tested the most, okay? That's when you're going to get tested the most. But it's so worth it. It's so worth it. But like I said, going back to what I've been having to reprocess things. I've been having to pray. I've been having to meditate. I've been having to just sit with myself because I just did not believe. And I think matter of fact, I know that the point of that conversation with my children and others was to turn my children against me. Yeah, that ain't working because, some kids are smart. They know a 5-year-old can't, But like I said, it was more than one. I had several violators. Several. Okay? And yeah, they was like, oh, that was the lover. And I had to sit with that all over again. But of course, like I said, I've forgiven. I'm good with that. But y'all need to know out there that right now that people are going through what you're going through, and you may see it on that internet. And I'm telling you, you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared because in my mind, I always thought that, I felt bad for certain people. Yes, y'all, I felt bad for certain people that was actually violating me because of the stories, that they had told me, the things that they had, whatever. It wasn't okay. But guys, I had to reprocess it. I just couldn't believe it. I always thought that maybe it was just something that just happened in some families. But when it came to me, the people that I told was in certain organizations that I know of today. They told everybody that I was fast, didn't want to be disciplined, and that I was lying. You know, and I do, in a later video, I want to talk about, well, you know what, I'll wait for that. But at the end of the day, y'all be prepared. Because if you're on this internet and you see people that have dealt or going through the exact same thing you're going through, I'm telling you, you're going to probably come up, and I don't hope that for you, but you probably will come across a story that's similar to yours, and it may kind of ruffle your feathers, or maybe even, you know, if you have a heart, unfortunately like mine, that just, you know, empathetic and feel everything, you're going to realize that it wasn't a mistake. Some of that stuff was intentional to break you. Some of that stuff was so intentional to break you, to have you out here just, I guess, out of it, or whatever it was. But once it didn't work, y'all see what we deal with, the smear campaigns and poisonings and just a whole bunch of stuff, okay? So they amp it up after you make it through all the, you know, the life stuff. But y'all, I'm grateful today. I'm grateful. Even with the stuff that I have dealt with, even the stuff that I'm going through. I know God is working. I know that it's being handled. I know. And I just trust him. I have to stay in alignment. And I just have to let him do what he do. And when I say do what he do, we have to stand out of the way of God. Stop trying to put our hands on situations. But I do believe that it is my job, it is one of my assignments to advocate for sexually abused kids, for people that's had their identity stolen. I'm not even going to talk about the money. It's just because there's so much in-depthness with your identity. Okay? So, and even with, you know, I've been hearing some people find out that the family that raised them is not even theirs. Not even blood related, which would probably, you know, explain why so much abuse was allowed to happen and to occur in your life. And y'all, I'm telling y'all have to get a point too. And I'm just, in order for you to move on and be blessed, you're going to have to forgive it. But be prepared. I'm telling you from my experience and be prepared for looking at people's stories and it's almost identical and it's like, wait a minute. So y'all knew this was happening, you know. So nothing, yeah. Just, y'all know I keep it raw, I keep it 100. Just be prepared. And I would even say be prepared. Even if you're reading something, y'all know we can read something and see how the story's going. If you know you're not there yet, just scroll on by. Scroll on by and just don't even read it. But anyway, I'm going to cut it short right now because I've been on here 28 minutes and there's so much other stuff that I want to hit on. I just wanted to come on here and just let the people know that's been reaching out to me and telling me, hey, I went through the same thing, and then trying to explain your stories. Y'all are not alone. And I pray that you have loved yourself, you are forgiving yourself, you are continuing to heal daily, and continue to stay in the fight because the battle is already won. Darkness don't win on this go-round. Darkness don't win on this timeline. I'm telling you guys. Yes, darkness not going to win on this timeline. So don't put your trust in man. Don't put your trust in man on this go-round. Gotta trust God. Gotta trust God. Gotta trust yourself. Gotta go within. Gotta tap within. Sit with yourself and meditate. But don't be hard on yourself, y'all. Do not be hard on yourself about stuff that has happened. I see a lot of people on there and I used to be the same way. It's like, oh, maybe if I would have went this way, or maybe if I would have done this would have happened. Everything happened for a reason, guys. Everything happened for a reason. Just accept it. Accept it, acknowledge it, forgive it, and ask God to give you the guidance, the wisdom to continue to move forward. Because nothing anyone has done, it's not going to stay hidden forever. God told us that everything in his word, he tells us that the things that are hidden will be made manifest and known. Everything about my life and my true identity, where I come from, who my real parent, it's going to be revealed. It's going to be revealed. Even the people, let me tell you, the people that have lied on me, my ex-best friends, classmates. Y'all, I know what y'all listen. Y'all got to take that up with God. But don't believe that you can actually prosper off of someone else's tears and off someone else's back. It don't ever work like that, because once you tell one lie, you got to continue lying all you. I mean, when is it going to stop? Come on, y'all. Bring it to a halt. But anyway, y'all, like I said, it's your girl, beautiful, resilient goddess. Y'all, keep your hands, your heart clean. Stay out the way. Extend, a helping hand when you can. And just trust God. Trust God in these times. And again, like I said, y'all are not alone. I see your stories. And I'm going to keep on trying to encourage the best I can. And that's another thing, y'all. Don't be on here on this internet thinking somebody else can, save you or give you. No, you have to have a relationship with God yourself. You got to read that Bible yourself. You got to pray for yourself. Nobody can save you. Nobody can save you but you. Okay? All right. I love y'all. Y'all know, if anybody have not told y'all today, y'all know y'all girl love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Y'all go out there. Go be great. Don't be making nobody else's day if you having a bad day. Anyway, y'all have a good day, okay? Bye.